Take Syndicate against Erland here. We've seen Erland die to Ixora yesterday. I think Danirai achieved that versus Simka. Ban's gonna be on the screen in a second. AQ versus Skellige. Good. So that's monsters versus Skellige, to be more precise. And you can use exclamation mark deck list to see players' lists. I also should not be blocking any leaders. So, the last quarterfinal. Winner of this goes and plays in the semifinals, and the final gonna happen on September 27th. We see that Nick finds Iris and Iris's companion. Nick is playing Regis, the one that mills opponent's deck, or your deck if you are losing around with him on the board. So we might see that featured in this round, and the idea is that you transform him into a 20-point Bronze Curse Knight. Nick is playing no Necromancy. And since the platform is not working and this is not a stream through Twitch, we are not in a position of observer. So if you want to assist in chat, you can always mention things, because I cannot check graveyard, and trying to talk and think about matches at times causes a bit of confusion. As we talked while we were looking through the decks, there is a TA, somebody pointed that out instead of the coins for this Gravesh's Syndicate. Also, if you were excited to see Captain Yago once more, no, not today. That idea was abandoned after a loss to rank 1 player. We don't see Temple, we see Muta Generator for now, and yeah, Iris was also discarded and banished from the graveyard, so she buffed everything in deck. We see clearing on the board. Rune Mage goes into the Scoia'tael one. Gets 2 extra points of carryover and finds 4 Provision Archer, right? That's a nice sequence that brought 2 extra points to Nick. Would have been perfect if he can get the full Archer value as well, but no. And we see Syndicate's favorite thing, play 3 cards, hope to stay ahead, and run away. Nick decides not to do any funky stuff, plays only 1 card, so Muta Generator was triggered. Could have been triggered more, but he'd need to go more cards down. He, I suppose, doesn't want to go into a long round. You cannot also do against Ixora I'll play Erland and click him and pass multiple cards down, because Ixora doesn't care about your immunity. Okay. Will we see... is there an Afiri Merchant in Nick's deck? We didn't see Regis in round 1, but Nick won the round, so no effects on that. Yeah, Nick plays Afiri Merchant, but I would assume that he'd want to top deck a nice card. Plays 2 bronzes here. So, not a lot of tempo. Syndicate, of course, is happy to develop Novigrad early on. So that's quite a few coins that this engine gonna bring, and you have an order. So what is Babsy doing? You want to develop a spender, but you don't want to throw away it for nothing. Okay. And we see what's happening in Junior lands, and Anseis, not from the temple, is getting played. So he was buffed by 2. Guess which card activated that? Guess what? What thing managed to do that? That's funny. That cannot be from the muter generator. Only one 10 provision card was played. So Rune Mage into Bountiful Harvest, into a buffed and says, like, it didn't matter much. Junior was at 4 power anyway, so he would have died. Small says, yeah, when there is no temple, when you are not praying enough, you are very small. Okay, deciding. No, that was the order from the envoy. Nothing. Is there any more decided to do, Nick? Did I... He will temple now. Apparently he shoots instead. So what's the big line to take here? Nick, you definitely want some leader charges and whatnot to block Xora from reaching your Erland. Can purify Troop. Play him with Temple once again. Okay. Hey, the Sangreal from Anna is not as bad as a Kek from the Junior. So yeah. The Temple thing was of course in the second form mostly used with the demo event. Still not sure that's happening here. We see the ship Xora chilling in Gravesh's deck. Only has one unit on the board, and that spender kinda requires 2. There is no stopping Nick by the looks of it. Hand is pretty golden. Hi, Tiny. Yeah, having two poisons is also Hypaya. Just in time, Nyx fix his internet issues. So. We go. Gravesh is not really happy about his hand state. Is Nick playing anything? Nah. The Igni was replaced by the Regis. So Curse Knight, Purify, do you have it? Yes, so we see the transformation. Poisons do not find its value. Misty won in a 5 gamer. And a hat trick with elves. Oh, there something happened, okay? Angus was not in hand. So weird things happened in that game. Don't laugh at elves, okay? Against cultists, I suppose. Yeah, so there is a Radovid as well. Playing Radovid now. I guess last turn he wanted to, yeah, deny the poison. But Nick also didn't use the TA. So we most likely, I see in the last card, he has 2 leader charges as well. So he can just send an Erland back into the deck if that's the case. And yeah, we're watching through Discord, so no observer for us and no tournament platform. I guess tournament platform is having its own early Gwinfinity for a few days now. So yeah, Radovid is getting clicked, he is getting used, and that's really dependent on what Nick's last card is. So yeah, decides to replace a card, preserves 2 leader charges, and hides a Radovid in a temple. That's even more Exora protection, but yeah, Gravesh here keeps gets his card. Candle is at spend 7, so not the most powerful thing. And yeah, second form temple was still in need of being leadered for. So now Regis is gone. Nick did lose the round. So 10 provisions well invested. Cleans you deck by 1. Oh. Ah. No. Well, you can still hope to fix your hand with the Shady Vendor, but no. That was not the deal, King of Beggars. Why are you in hand as Gravesh? Yago wouldn't break like that. Yeah, this is a Yago reminder for those of you who missed it. Where is it? This was made specifically for this game, and he betrayed the Yago. Okay, so ship, what is there? We've seen Shoop out, we've seen basically most things out. So ship floats. Yeah, you missed the one series between Mayamon and Mystical. Also, a friendly reminder, all the games gonna be on YouTube, even though I'm not casting a plan. Okay, we're fixing a hand with a slight overprofit, but we are fixing a hand for the lucky. This is not exactly a huge improvement. But yeah, the score is above me, so it's 0-0, and you can see the bans, deck lists for the decks if you are interested. And we kind of skipped it here because we had some delays. A perfect kill on Radovid at least. It was probably better to have a go. Yeah, the improvement is not huge, I'm gonna say. And the candle is already at 8 now. So how many leader charges do you use here with the bank? Exora cannot really get there, right? So because We also had the junior route. Okay. 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 Nick was not impressed. Xora would have been killing 2-point tokens, I suppose, but this round 3 took a couple of extra turns. So, game 2. Gravesh on red coin now, Nick is playing Death Wish on blue. Nick's Death Wish is not one-to-one to what we witnessed from Mystical. He doesn't play Cyclops. He plays Siegfried though, so... Sigvald's bleed is never really safe. Although, yeah, it depends. This is not a full self-wound deck that goes ham on the Sigvald at times. Anything else to point out about Nick's deck? It's the Death Wish that plays Heatwave, Ironite and the Riptide for damage control, and Siegfried for Purifies. There shouldn't be a one legend in a game that existed for 5 years, would be my answer. Okay, so we are witnessing... Wait, yeah. Doop, doop, doop. We're witnessing no dragon at the moment. That's probably a question for not the cast, I don't know. That requires thinking and justifying. So, we've seen quite a few monster tempo passes. But if I'm not mistaken, in the previous series that didn't really pan out well for the monsters. I have a very short memory though. But if I'm not mistaken, Misty tried it out. Of course, that Skellige also had a dagger, but with we didn't end up seeing the double dagger anyway. So, Nick's thinking. There is a button on the right that you can press and your round ends, but yeah, don't think that's advisable. At the moment, verification plays for 10, there is 2 points on the ship, so that's 12 out of 20. We might see it now that the rope burned this much. Okay, so we see purification. You would want your control being present for the later. So Neuromancy. For what exactly? Why is there a Siegfried in the deck? Well, the cultists are everywhere, so Siegfried against that is pretty good, I suppose. If you are playing triple control, even the Syndicate Defender might be purified. Okay, so the map has been done, no need to go another card down. He can even play squirrel. For the succubus. Although there is usually... Oh, yeah, pretty golden. Okay, we can work with that. So yeah, we didn't see Dagon. There is a succubus and a toad, so one of those can go. With squirrel into the pass. Alternatively, you can push to down. Nobody stops you. But then the question is, do you really need to? You have an answer to the Dagon abuse. Okay, so what are we clicking? Toad. As I said, the succubus, there are usually more of them anyway from the location. I think the rationale is clear. Okay, counter squirrel in. Wait, what was it? A ship gun, right? Yeah. So more carry over for Nick. And place Irondite to grow Irondite, makes sense. So that is what, 7-point sword now? Well, now the bronze is coming. What are we missing? Dream is good. There is no solve, but there is a Neuromancy. Hey, second squirrel deals with the succubus. Yeah, Dagon we don't really want to. Gravesh doesn't. I would have loved to see a couple of Dagons, but let's be realistic here. That ain't happening. Maybe there is no rush. Okay, this Death Wish version doesn't run Toad anymore, and if it dies, it dies. So could have used leader charges to try and buff him up a bit, but that you want to combine with Soap most likely. So, Riptide, please for some extra value. Not clashing with an immortal unit, for example, also makes it significantly better. This Dagon must be answered before the counter is full. So yeah, decides to do it now. You don't really make it awkward for the monsters, whatever you do here, and uninteractivity doesn't hurt them too much. Yeah, playing the second squirrel might have been pretty good though. Let me also open Babsy's. Yeah, he's not running lock. Also, so now you have 4 point. Okay, squirrel on the succubus might achieve something, but your Dream Viandre is not doing much anymore as well. So you'd always prefer having Dream available from Oniro. Yeah, we've seen Heatwave being out. And Gravesh not playing a lock means that Nick can float. But with this order and Swollblot, you're not getting anything crazy. Also regarding the Siegfried question, well, you can, we've seen it yesterday done by Danny Rai, you can purify your toad, consume it, and get another consume. So this looks like a setup for the Dragon next turn. Also there was an Irondite somewhere, but no rush with that. So what was it? Solve, right? For the Oniromancy, with an alternative being either a bronze or immortal. Okay, for now Nick just playing his bronze consumes, getting value from that play on AQ. How big is this Swollblot going to be? So Bloodthirst assembled, need to play, yeah, leader on the correct row, so that your solve is... Okay, need also to click solve over anything else. Boop boop, so those are some points. And since your Sigvald is already bleeding, hitting it with Dome makes sense. So what's Nick is taking some early round 3 passes here, not playing it out till the end, but this Swollblot didn't spell it out. He also seen Oniro used for Solve. I guess from that you're kinda reading that Swollblot is present. Поплыл? Ну, посмотрим. Ну а чё, матч... Я не знаю, Deathwish против Swollblot не вывозится с пасом. Во всяком случае, сегодня 2 раза не было близко. So now Nick only has to beat Cultist 3 times, and he's starting with the Deathwish. Gravesh is on blue, has the scroll, so he can keep a fun in hand, infuse that and then scroll it away. Okay, early answer, but there is another one. And how... Now Cyclops would have been pretty great. Irondite is small. So we are not seeing Dagon being played once again. Yeah, Siegfried is big. Like, if there was a job for the Siegfried, it is now, as we prefaced it in the previous games, like mentioning the Cultists in half of the lineups. Let's see. He needs to be found. If you don't know what Siegfried does, I wouldn't blame you. The card was absent from the meta, only making slight appearances when Cultists are at their peak. Well, this is one of those tournament metas. People will regret not banning or playing Cultists. I'm curious how many Cultists we're gonna see in top 16 this weekend as well. So yeah, let's spread the infusions. Now entire hand is full of Cultists, some of them infused before with the Master of Ceremonies. So do you just go for the Nausicaa, or do you want your Mata Magnebean? Infused. Gravesh does have teleportation. Okay, goes for the Magna division, so that one turn is potentially even more potent. We haven't had 5 okay. Sure. So what was the thing in there? All you Cultist masters. What about this infusion choice? So that the 1-point soldiers that are getting thinned out are not doing too much. Usually one of them grows to 20 points. If I'm looking at Nick's adventures in this round, he got both toads out. How many Cultist stacks do you want? The answer is always yes. So getting some mad points at the moment. That wish potentially can still make it, but if you expect your opponent to have another playable card, maybe not. So I guess the thinking with those infusions not being spread onto the soldiers is also Siegfried related. Yeah, there was no Dagon, so unfortunate. I think he missed Dagon, yeah, 2 times in a row as well. So against Siegfried, how scared are you? It should be timed well as well. You cannot just, oh, well, I see one Cultist, I play him. You need your opponent to develop multiple ones on the board. We've seen the power of it purifying against... no. Babsy decides that he's good to go even with the purification. Has answer to the Dagon and Vilgefortz. Okay, finds one useful card and finds Royal Decree after mulliganing the useless one. So can draw Dandy or play Dandy from Royal Decree. I don't know. It's hard to predict how the hell do I predict the effect of Siegfried. Yeah, and instead of having a heat wave here, we have Vilgefortz, so if you want to answer Dagon, you probably want to do that as soon as possible. But yeah, myself, I'm not certain how to predict this. On the Dagon played for some nice points there. We see 10 point profit from that. Do you ever... if you consume it, you just make it so that the illusionists are having a great target, so I don't think you consume that. There is a log, but Nick is playing a Purify. So I guess floating or not playing it back row kinda sends a message. And lock was already out. Yeah, it was just used for the bleed, so it did not connect with me, so good point. And Necromancy is gone as well, so he's safe. And there was only one lock in the cultist list of today. Also, I just discovered that Nick is playing one hybrid. I never scrolled that low. I guess on a full screen, I missed that part of information. So, look at them points. Mata is bringing the dandy, so Royal Decree stays free in its choices. There are 2 bronzes for battle stations, but as I said to you, we need to see what's Gravesh's decision on in terms of... Oh, that's cute. That's a Death Wish blocking... okay. That's a Death Wish blocking the Fox still. When do you Siegfried? Will it be enough? Ah, yeah, also battle stations were... I like turn again, I mentioned that it has enough targets and now it only has one. Good point, thanks for helping me out. Second series plus a delayed start, all that already takes its own toll. So yeah, I just mentioned about the battle stations being active. I guess there we go. Look guys, it's all under control. You just play dandy and you are all dandy after that. Are we witnessing a magnet division as well? No. Goes it's just extended BM. Where is... Let me recheck. No, there is a secret of Denezel. Purify all units. I think we are deep enough into this round so that if you have it, you play it. Okay, Squirrel was a nice blocker for something more crucial being locked. Ah, the battle stations go into the battle. Having 2 cards, so good. So we are just, yeah, teleporting the initiate, and cultists are ahead. But now I'm like, Secret, I'm ready anytime, any convenient time. I guess he had only bronzes, so he knew he was drawing. Yeah, so okay, there we have it. Bam! Well, he was playing Decree for the Prophet. So, Cultist. Pretty good nonetheless, right? Because you get some... No, stop! What? All I ask is for 1 game to be finished. But yeah, it's still not enough, because infusions were... All we wanted is 1 complete game, but we got a speed run with some shortcuts instead. So congratulations to Gravesh, thanks for streaming it.